Now we got the creepy rise of OnlyFans models and their parents working for them and shit. It's like, oh,
Dad, do you think I'm a bop?
How many bars do you have?
Your father's okay with
the
this?
fuck?
Yeah, he's more than proud.
Ew.
His back of his phone case is like a QR code to my.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's
Modernity
wild.
was a mistake. We're gonna have to start over.
Yeah, Jesus. Fuck. Ugh.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And as per usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by Opus Clip. And just to remind you all once again, in big news this week, I will be going on tour in October, coming to 9 cities across the United States. I will be in Denver and Cincinnati and Seattle, where I'm probably going to get punched in the face by they, them. I would love to see you all. I think this is going to be a ton of fun. I'm actually really excited about it. And like I said in my last video when I announced this, if you have any ideas of what you want to see, absolutely let me know, because I don't want to be a boring person who just stands there and talks for 45 minutes about nothing. Link in the description box. Get yourself some tickets. I will bully you all.
You're
until you do.
not
This is now
doing a
hostage.
comedy
Anyway, now, because I have
stand-up.
made a
You're
ton of
doing
videos
like a
talking about
live
women, a platform
podcast
dedicated to
show.
OnlyFans,
What
for
is
those of you who
wrong
don't know.
with you?
I have had to sit through and watch
You're like
so
doing
many
one
hours
of those,
these women talking about what they do, their interviews, their podcasts, and so on. And one of the things that comes up over and over again, believe it or not,
what's his
is
name?
how
PBD?
their parents and other
Patrick
loved
Bet
ones
David?
respond
Didn't he
to
do something like that?
their mattress.
Well, what
to
is
their
wrong with you
sausage
fucking
hiding
influencers
activities,
doing those
if you
fucking
will.
kind of
I
weird
am
events?
almost certain
Fuck
there
is
is
wrong
a
with you?
better euphemism for
Didn't
that.
like
I
didn't
cannot
Twitch
think of one,
do
unfortunately.
stuff like
I think
that?
the
Like
general assumption is that
drop
parents don't
frames?
react terribly well when they realize that their daughters, in particular,
Oh, man.
are doing the oogly boo
Fucking
on the
weird
internet
shit.
for little green bits of paper. It's probably not what a lot of parents have in mind when they think about their daughters' future careers. You know, you want your kid to be an astronaut, not someone who puts
I
whipped
feel
cream
like
on all their toes and
those
then
types of
flails
things
them
are
around
only
the
good
air.
in
I have
literally
seen some weird
podcast
things.
form or
Leave me alone.
right,
However,
online
for
format.
many of the pillow-dwelling
Not-
ladies
not
that I
live
looked at
settings.
for this video, it's a bit of weird
Live
wording, I'm
settings
sorry
just
about
makes
that.
it weird.
It seems like their parents are overwhelmingly very supportive, and the parents have either admitted
I
to
mean,
this
podcast
themselves,
form is kind of
or
live
the
too, but
girls say that of their parents on their
not-
behalf,
not
which
like
I personally
community
find
live
both
events
fascinating and upsetting.
is what I'm trying
and
to
of
say.
course, this is for a few reasons. The first and the primary one being that the parents' approval seems entirely predicated on how much money their child is earning, not because they think this is a good or even safe career path, which is weird.
Yeah, it's the same way with influencers, right? As long as they have a way to make money, I don't give a fuck.
That is weird,
Right?
right? This leads these women to basically view themselves as cash cows for their families.
Yeah, just look at
They
Aiden
view
Ross.
it as their responsibility to lift their parents out of poverty or financial hardship. And their parents, weirdly enough, just seem to go along with it. And the second is that
Yeah,
these
I don't-
parents, and
well,
honestly,
Yeah, I don't know about Aiden Ross's parents, or if they were my if it was my parents, oh man, they would have fucking whipped my ass, dude.
other loved ones as well, seem to get ingrained in what these women are doing. They start participating in the content being made. They start participating in the business that these women have. And there's something very not right about this. I don't know. We have fathers wholesale participating in this content, even
this
handing out
is-
flyers
this
in
is-
some
this is
cases to
wild
find
behavior.
men for their
This
daughters
is-
to do the higgledy-piggledy with. We have
Yeah,
young
no, it's
siblings
creepy.
promoting their
It's fucking
sisters'
weird
OF accounts.
behavior.
As I've been like leveling up, you know, in my career, like what's the craziest thing? that's
It's
happened
not
to you
even
so far?
creepy. It's more weird
So there's this
behavior
one
than
kid,
creepy.
I'm not gonna mention names.
Oh yeah,
He
isn't this the
is
kid
obsessed
who gets
with you.
fucking a lot of
Every time
shit
I'm on the bus,
because yeah.
he takes his phone and he goes, "Oh look, it's your sister."
Oh look, it's your sister.
You know, and he goes like this. "Oh look at this."
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No, are you okay? Absolutely.
And they ask me, "Is it pink?" I just tell them, "Pay for it and find out."
To even joke
Pay
about
for it,
friends of the
find
family
out.
subscribing for the content here.
God damn.
Yes, that is legitimately happening. I don't know what to
Yeah?
do with this
What happened?
information.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's been some
Oh,
guys like
no.
out there say like we used to go to school together.
Wow.
It's like the
or
body
to
blue
like dad's
shit,
friends
right?
and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah,
So because I find all
yeah,
of
that
this
fucking-
incredibly unsettling and
that's the
very
camera dude.
bizarre,
That's the
I
camera.
thought we have to
He's
talk
like,
about this.
he's
This is
watching the
perfect
shit
for our
happen. He's like,
Hell
oh
And I will
yes,
say,
okay,
of course, right out of the
yes.
gate, that there is so much to this topic. There's so many interviews and so much footage to go through. So I have really tried to narrow this down to the best/worst of it, to really give you guys a picture of how pathologically messed up all of this
Oh,
is.
it's all
so if I
fucking-
miss something,
yeah,
don't
it's all
yell at me.
batshit
So
insane
children,
behavior.
before you once again board my hell gondola and together we float down this weird, bizarro river of what the hell, let's hear from today's sponsor, Opus Clip. I like things that make my life easier, like vacuums and
It's like a
washing
fucking
machines.
farm.
But I also like this ease when it
All
comes to
sorts of
making and
fucking
editing my
animals, man.
videos, which, as you know, I'm still not very good at.
All
But this
sorts
is
of
genuinely
animals.
why I am so stoked about Opus Clip, which is unironically one of the
Opus Clip?
coolest
No one
AI
cares
tools I
about
have
your
ever
clips.
used. No cap, shorty. Opus
I'm
Clip
sorry.
started off as an AI clipping tool, and it still is. Using video links from YouTube or Rumble, or uploading a video manually, Opus Clip makes portrait-style short videos for social media, which is wildly useful because they're very good quality. You have a lot of flexibility to choose video length, where you want the video clipped, and so on.
This
Here,
is
I got
what
my last
people
video
are
into Opus Clip, and it gave me
using.
a number of short clips for social media, complete with captions and the editing style that I chose. But I can actually go in and add things like B-roll. I can edit the clip. I can enhance the audio if there's any funny noise I want to get rid of. It even gives your clips a virality score. But because Opus Clip has been rapidly expanding to meet creator needs, this program has become an all-in-one AI video editor. Now, with features like auto import, Opus Clip can automatically pull your newest videos and auto-edit them into
this is
social
what
media
all the
clips. It even
content
just added
creators
15
are
new caption
using.
styles. So if you too want to use insanely cool AI software, then click the link in the description. Because when you use my link, you get 1 week of Opus Clip for free and then 50% off their pro plan. So get started today using my link in the description box.
Well, there you
One
go,
of the
if
things I
you
noticed
wanna
about
use
many
content
of the women
creator
I
bullshit.
looked into for this video is
Or
that their
influencer
parents
bullshit.
did in fact start off very disapproving and upset, but this quickly changed when they realized the
chick too.
earning potential here.
Another
And
OnlyFans model.
somewhere along this road, they
Oh, more
almost got
OnlyFans models.
absorbed, so to
Jesus.
speak, into their daughter's OF making in one way or another. And yes, we're talking about the dads here too. Nala Ray, who made
Fucking
OF
hell,
content
man.
before her
This
recent
is
conversion
rough.
to Christianity,
Ah.
was raised in a very religious home.
Oh
with a
yeah,
pastor.
this. Yeah, apparently this bitch turned to religion and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna turn to religion now after my OnlyFans career."
Her father. But after her parents found out about her online activities, they were understandably very upset,
Oh,
and her
yeah.
mother eventually cut her off completely. Similarly, Camila Araujo, I've probably butchered that, guys, you know I can't pronounce names ever.
Okay, I
A
can't do it
23-year-old
either.
OF creator
I fuck up all the
explained
time.
during a podcast episode that her very Catholic family and parents were extremely
I get too
disapproving
I get
at
too
first.
southern,
They insisted
too
that if she was
American,
going
you
to
know.
make adult content, then she was on her own financially.
Was where,
When Bonnie Blue's
sir?
family found out, they thought she was being blackmailed or was
We
in
was
financial
kings,
trouble.
cuz.
No, like my parents are, like
So funny.
Catholic and very like religious, and I kind of told them, I was like, well, what if I did this? And like I was like, what if I was making like 100K a month? They're like, you're never gonna achieve that, and they were very upset about it. Obviously,
What do
like
you mean?
honestly, as a parent should be.
They thought I'd been forced
Programmed.
into it to start with. They was like, if someone asked you to go into this, are you in trouble for money or something like
So what happened was like my parents kind of disowned me, and like I stopped talking to all my siblings.
This has to be a really weird conversation
Yes,
to have
all-
with your parents. Mom and Dad,
crazy,
I know you
right?
thought I
A
would be
lot of parents
veterinarian, but
disown you
honestly,
for
I kinda wanna
going
put my toes on
into
the internet.
fucking
Someone has to give the men
the
with
sex
the armpit
worker
fetishes what they
industry,
want,
yeah?
Mom. And that someone is me. Please don't cry. Anyway, these initial reactions are more or less, I think, what the majority of us would expect from parents, especially those who are religious or who have any slight conservative-leaning values.
Correct.
I feel like for a lot of people,
Yeah, if
their
you-
daughter or their
if your
child
family
making
is like super fucking conservative and you start and you're a female and you start doing that kind of shit, yeah, they're gonna get fucking upset.
this sort of content and publishing it on the internet is like just a nightmare situation.
Even
Somewhat bizarrely,
barely-
in
even
each of
liberal
these cases
parents
and in many
get fucking-
others,
right,
things
even liberal
changed
parents get fucking
drastically when the
upset.
women
Yeah.
each started pulling in hundreds of thousands and eventually millions
I
of
mean,
dollars
the fact
a
that
month,
you actually have some
completely
parents like
changing their parents'
these that
position
fucking
from one
accept
of
it is like,
derision to
that's
approval,
batshit
with these parents
and right.
repeatedly
I mean, I
saying,
guess it's
"If it
okay
makes
for
her
like the Kim
happy," or,
Kardashians
"She's an
and shit,
adult,
right?
she can do what she wants.
Would you not prefer her to, you know, pursue something where she could use her brains more?
If that made her happy, yeah. But
So
that
you're
didn't,
all right
so-
with her doing anything so long as it just makes her happy?
Yeah, as long as she's happy.
And
That's
safe, probably.
happy and safe,
Yeah.
and that's it. There's no good having a job where you earn loads of money or then you're miserable.
I'm not gonna lie, I am really close with my mom. She's one of my favorite people, but I would
Your
legitimately
mother is
throw up in
insane.
my mouth
Does
if
she
she
know
ever
what you
said
do,
anything
lady?
like this. If I
That's
was
Bonnie
behaving
Blue's
this
mother, by the
stupidly.
way.
Like,
I
what are
think.
you doing?
How does it feel to know that you have a daughter that does an OF?
She's happy. I'm fine.
Ah, yes, a very Catholic dad
He's
suddenly
happy,
super accepting
oh.
of his child doing the
I-
oogly
I-
boogly on the
Does your
internet.
dad know what
A tale as
OF
old as
is?
time. Bunny Blue even had a laugh with fellow mattress actress Lottie Moss, swapping stories about how their
Oh,
mothers accepted what they
Lottie.
were doing once they realized how
Who's
much money was
that?
being
I don't know
made.
who that is.
Oh my god, this is so grim.
To be fair, like my mum said to me once as a kid, she was like, "Don't be the town bike," because she knew I was sleeping around. Like, but now me being a bike has paid for our bills, so she encourages
now
it now.
she's in
She's like,
it.
"You go ahead."
I think that was what changed my mum's like perception of it as well. She was like, oh, like she was super judgmental at first. She was like, you're and I was like, okay, no. And I wasn't even sleeping with people online either. I was literally just doing like sort of like, you know, just naked stuff or whatever. And she,
Just
and as soon as I started like making all that money, she was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, it's okay.
So okay, you're making a living out of it, it's fine.
Now, to my
getting
mind, maybe
rammed
some of this
in the
acceptance
fucking
is
face.
predicated on some of these women essentially buying their loved ones' approval. Like Araujo, for example, saying that she bought her father his dream car after he complained about her including family too often in her TikTok videos.
Dad recently has been giving me about using my brother for videos and like using my family for videos and stuff, and then I was like, oh my god, dude, shut up. So I bought him a car, his dream car, and
Well, I
literally
mean,
hasn't said anything
yeah,
after
that's
that.
what
Or
all
after
people,
being
that's
told
what all
by her younger
content
brother
creators
Christian
do,
that she's
right?
a bad sister,
Use their
listing
family
off
for
a series
videos.
of things she bought him in an effort to justify
I mean, just
why
look
she
at
isn't.
what's her face.
I don't understand
Didn't Extra
how it
Emily
makes me
do
feel
that?
when you say I'm a bad sister, but like, I took you to Greece. I literally threw you a surprise party at the house. I took you on a yacht to watch the 4th of July fireworks. Like, bro, after all that, like, and more, how can you call me a piece of sister?
You think all that's gonna make you a better sister? All I care
You're
about,
an OnlyFans model.
all you care about, is about the materialistic things. I just want my sister back. I want my sister back.
This clip actually makes me
man.
really sad because the brother is so clearly having such a hard time with this. And like I showed you at the beginning
Brother's
of
just
this
like
video, they
because
have
he's
used
the brother's probably getting a lot of flack at school and shit, so he's just like, this is fucked. I hate this.
him to promote her OF account, and there's actually other footage of the brother freaking out and saying that his sister has ruined his life, that children consistently come up to him at school and make comments about all of this, and I have so much empathy for this kid.
Right, when you're a kid and you're just trying to live your life and have fun, and then you have some unsavory things happening within the family, or because one of your family members has a job that's suspicious, well, not really suspicious, but does lewd acts for a job, right? Yeah, that really does put a hamper on your fucking reputation, you know?
Yeah, I just find this really distressing. I know this video is not about and is not focusing on other family members, but I really think that it's important to add this kid in here just because, I don't know, this whole thing is really grim. And like I said, it makes me really sad.
Yeah, I
anyway,
mean, it affects
Bunny
your
Blue's
family's
situation,
reputation,
of
yes.
course, is similar. With her
Especially
mother
if you're
expressing
known
happiness
locally and
towards
shit
the
like that, right?
holidays and gifts that the family has received as a result of all of this money. But maybe it's about more than pacifying people with stuff. I would venture a guess to say that the vast majority of these women probably have quite messed up family dynamics, despite the fact that in many
look at some of the
interviews
family
and
members
podcast
are like,
episodes and
oh
what
yeah,
have
it's
you,
fine.
they
It's
love
like,
to say that they come from
Just look
very
at some
nice,
of them
normal
are fucking-
upbringings. Now, obviously, like I said, there is a lot to this topic, but I think that one of the things I find the most shocking is the reaction from the fathers here. Nala Ray's father eventually made peace with her making OF content, but this only seems to be after she started paying his way and giving him money for other members of the family. She funded him to the extent that when she told him that she was ready to leave the platform and pursue her Christianity, he encouraged her to continue on for another 18 months to make even more money. Oh my god.
My dad, however, was a very different story. My dad encouraged me to stay on
Time out.
ex-pastor.
Wait a minute. Rewind the tape.
But like for me,
She
I
was
was
making
paying
money.
him. I was giving him money like every month. because like, you know, he's got such a hard
Greed
life, or he's
blinds
like
people.
wants to quit his job, or like his other kids need a divorce lawyer.
It's tough.
Sure.
I'm sorry. That's
There you
tough.
go.
That's
It's
tough.
so tough now. And during it, I was just like, oh, at least one person in my family is speaking to me.
Yeah.
But like now, I'm like, when I finally decided to follow Christ, I called my dad. My husband was right next to me.
Happens when
And
you
I was
have
like,
a muffed
hey,
up
Dad,
family,
I'm getting
right?
off of it's like blah, blah, blah. I was so excited. He was like, well, why don't you just stay on another year and a half and like make more money and, you know, like settle yourself in? Because, you know, it's really expensive right now. And I'm like, did you really just tell me to stay on? Like, did you really just say that to your daughter? Did you really just tell me to continue making?
Camilla Araujo's dad, who appears alongside her in a lot of videos, is featured in clips captioned DILF Dad and Bop Daughter. Bop, just by the way, is Gen Z online slang, I think, for a promiscuous woman, maybe? I'm not sure, I googled it, but the Google wasn't terribly helpful. In one video, her dad is also seen holding a sign promoting the Bop House,
that's so weird.
a content house where a bunch of early 20-somethings live and make adult videos together. Yeah, we live in a grim period
It's
of
like
time,
that
guys. I don't know
one
what you want from
fucking
me.
mom
I found
that
this
was
video
that
particularly
had
bizarre,
her
where Araujo's father
OnlyFans
essentially asked
plastered
her
all
how many
over
men
her
she's done
car,
the devil's tango with.
and that she
I
went
would
to a
die
goddamn
if my dad
fucking
ever said this to me.
Dad, do you think I'm a
elementary
bop?
school or middle
How many
school or
bars do you
something like that. What are you doing?
How do you even know what that phrase means? All right, that's enough. That was the end of the interview.
Anyway, these are just a handful of clips. There are obviously a ton more where she continues to use her dad to signal how cool and normal and accepting he is.
All right, Camilla's dad, how do you feel about your daughter
Oh
starting
God,
with
it's Jack Doherty. So
life
there's a
anyway, yeah.
Jack Doherty
seen, any
interview.
videos?
Gross.
Nah, I don't.
Any pink pics?
Nah.
I
don't
knew
care
it.
about it. It's like when
So,
you
yeah. So
Yeah,
once
new
you have
tattoo,
Jack
yeah.
Doherty, you know it's going. It's
pretty
already
hard,
fucking
actually.
downhill.
He gives no.
Yeah, he does.
Ew.
It's probably scripted, but I do love how at the end of this clip, this kid is like, yeah, bro, no one believes you. Because it's as clear as day to anyone with eyeballs that this is weird. And this seems to be a bit of a theme here. Dads are often used as a way of signaling how normal this is, because if a dad is fine with it, the person who is presumably going to be the most angry, then I don't know, maybe it makes these women seem much more relatable. Maybe the behavior overall seems a lot less risky and more socially fine. Ugh. And unsurprising to absolutely none of you,
I
Bonnie
mean,
Blue takes
there's a
this
lot
to
of
the
people who
absolute
go into
extreme.
that
In
line
a
of work
series
and they get all
interviews, she
depressive.
proudly explains how accepting her stepfather is.
And then they turn
Earlier
into
this
like
year,
fucking
on Howie
plastic
Mandel's
dolls
show,
too
Blue
sometimes.
explained how her OF content is a family business,
Turn into
how her
Barbie
family
dolls.
is on her payroll, and explains that her stepdad has a QR code of her OF on the back of his phone.
Do you have siblings?
Huh?
I've got a sister.
Yeah. Is she in the business?
No, she's not. She's like, she works for me, but she's not in the business.
The family is aware.
Oh, it's a family business.
Oh, it is,
My mum, my dad, my sister, everyone.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? Your mom and your dad? You're in. This is a family business.
Yeah. But it's like, I earn millions, so why would they go to work? Like, they can do things for
support
me.
your
They're
family
like
as
your
well.
Yeah. Like, they're not obviously
accounting
feeling
and
the
everything.
cocks inside of me.
No.
But
no.
like, if I need things around the house or if I need a bit of admin doing, then they'll help me
Your
out.
father's okay with this?
Yeah, he's more than proud. His back of his phone case is like a QR code to my own.
In another interview from
Oh,
late 2024 with Liam Tufts, Blue says her
Well, I
stepdad
mean,
is
yeah, I
fascinated
mean,
by what she
if
does.
that's
But the
if
two
that's all you
interviews
can
that
do,
I
I mean,
personally found the most alarming are from mid to late 2024.
you're running a
where
fucking
Blue
business at
explains
that
her
point, right?
stepdad hands out flyers to attract
Even if
men for her to
you're
do
doing
the
administrative
higgledy-piggledy
work
with
for
during these events and whatnot. And more disturbingly, she shares
this
a
person
story
who
about
just
covering
gets
her
railed.
stepdad's arm with a bunch of stamps, basically saying, I did adult things with Bonnie Blue, before he went to the pub that night. Ugh.
Honestly, he loves it. Like, obviously, he doesn't sit watching the videos, but like all my social media, my TikToks, he'll have a look at. And he's just proud seeing how happy I am, how much I've been able to support the family.
That's because those TikToks and shit are sanitized. He doesn't see you doing all the other crazy shit.
It's like, it's really changed my life and my family's life.
Got these stamps and it says
He
like,
just
I
sees you
slept with Bonnie
doing
Blue, I want to see Bonnie Blue and
those.
stuff. And like, I was practicing them on my dad.
He
'cause I
doesn't
was like, I
see
need to
you
go to
getting
the
the
pub
big
after this.
money
It's
from the
like
other
stamps all up
stuff.
his arms to say I slept with his daughter.
Well, he's not blood related, so I guess it is legal. Don't even finish that sentence.
Like, I mean, all his mates at the pub love it. So
This was the same
She
chick
also
that took
explained how her
1,000 dicks.
stepdad collects news
apparently.
articles about her exploits, and one night when she was trying to determine how to caption a video on Instagram, her stepdad suggested one that referred to her getting rammed as a joke about a sports team that he liked. I hate it here.
Yeah, like my dad is so proud. Like, obviously, he doesn't watch any of the videos, but any news articles, he still has a look, like gets them all printed out. Anything I could do, like my photo shoots that aren't naked, they've got them all around the house. And I was like, oh, I need to put something on Instagram. And my dad was like, I said, but I want to do something about football. And my dad said, oh, caption it, you've just been rammed. Because like the Derby County also class himself as Rams.
If I'm being honest here, the mums are not much better.
Oh,
I've already
yeah,
showed
the
you a
moms,
couple
I don't
videos
think
of
they
Bonnie
under.
Blue's mother, but honestly, it
they
gets
just,
much worse. than
I don't know if it
I
just
don't know
goes
why I
over their
angst my
head or
moms.
they
It's
just or
very
what.
sad. In the interview I already showed you, Blue's mum happily talks about cleaning up after her daughter's multi-person experience times.
Oh,
if you
that-
know what I mean.
Oh, that's
Which is just very upsetting. I don't know. I don't really know what to do with that.
That's
the mother
gross.
also apparently does social media management for Bonnie Blue, so okay. I need you guys to understand.
It's one
what
thing
this
to do
means,
like social
that
media
the mom is
management,
probably helping
but
her
another it's
select and
to
post
fucking
clips
clean
of
up
her
after
being
you're fucking.
creepy.
Oh, that's
I really feel like I need a shower. Lily Phillips,
That's
another quite
gross.
notorious mattress
That's
actress from
fucking
the UK,
weird.
has explained that her mother also does her finances and bookkeeping and
human
helps her with her
depravity
investment
shit.
portfolio.
Like she's like gone on like my feed and stuff like that, and then she's seen like she follows me on Instagram, she follows me on TikTok, she's seen my Twitter, and so they know what I do. Dad, not so much, but I don't really think he needs to see it. But yeah, no, they're still so proud.
I don't think he wants to see
family
it.
and friends, and
Yeah,
what they think about me is so much more
didn't
important
this
than what
bitch have like
strangers think about me.
some
So your mom
mental
thinks you're
breaks
successful.
Yeah, they're very
during
proud
some
of
of
me,
the
and
interviews?
you know what? They are very.
Because she was
supportive,
trying to
so,
like
yeah.
rationalize the
Philip's
fucking
situation, I think, is
bullshit that
actually
was
quite
going on.
interesting because although she claims that her parents are extremely supportive along with the rest of these women, during an interview with Candace Owen, she slipped up and admitted more or less that they're not supportive per se, but they just find it easier to back her in an effort to not rip their family apart.
To be honest, my parents, they don't necessarily, they're not coaching me into it. They're not telling me, please keep having these people at all. They're not, they're not really exactly, I wouldn't really say like supportive, but at the end of the day, they love me. And what is it going to do if they disown me, stop talking to me? That would only cause more heartache. So they see it from a standpoint of, my mum does like my finances because she wants to help me. They just want to do what they can to help. It's not so much like if they disown me tomorrow, like I think that would just make everyone more upset.
And maybe that's
I don't
really
think
the
that's not
undercurrent
the
for all
whole
of these parents.
issue.
Maybe
It's-
everyone is
it's
going
the
along to get along because
right,
it's much
being
easier
a-
to do that than
literally a
start poking
sex
holes in your
worker
family
and
unit. Or maybe it's
getting
because
into
money
like
talks
unsavory
very loudly. It
situations
screams even.
possibly.
And I have to wonder if
Because
there was
there have
no
been
money
instances
involved,
where
how many
some
of
of
these
those
parents
women
would be so
have done some
accepting
crazy
and
shit,
supportive
right?
and trying to normalize all of this if there was nothing that
Suicide
they could
is
gain from
rampant
it.
in that
And I
kind of
think this is one
industry
the
or line of
factors
work.
that actually grosses me out the most for these parents who should be working to guide and protect their children.
Right,
This
because of
isn't
the
about
reputational
acceptance,
damage
it's
it
about
causes
dependence and turning
over
their
the
daughters
years
into
and
the
stuff.
breadwinners
Right.
by playing hide the
And
sausage.
sometimes
creates a
once
kind
you
of
get into that
awful
line of work, that's
situation
it.
where
You
there is
can't
an
get out.
expectation that they must
You're
keep
stuck in that
producing
line of work.
content,
'Cause
turning
that's all you
adult
can do, right?
activities
You
into
don't
a
have any
familial
other
obligation,
fucking skill
which
set.
is just, it's really grim. And I think it's because of this obligation that each woman that I looked at, Lily Phillips,
just
Bonnie Blue,
being an escort.
Camilla, whose last name I haven't written out phonetically so I can't pronounce, Sophie Rain, and so on, have all integrated their
Yeah,
loved
Sophie
ones
Rain.
into their content and or businesses to some extent. Some of these women have even gone the
Some of these
extra mile,
women were
expressing
using
that it is
AI, I'm
their
pretty sure, or
obligation
filters,
to lift their
right?
parents and their families out of poverty, or at least pay for their family's lifestyle, which is, God, it's just no,
Yeah.
small child. That's actually not your responsibility at all. Like I said, there is so much to this topic and so many things to say and point out, but For the sake of time and brevity, I'll just leave you with some final thoughts. This whole type of thing is actually not remotely a new phenomenon. For as long as there has been the internet and kid influencers and young people on the internet,
I mean, just like a
parents
Jack
have been
Doherty,
profiting
right?
off of
Or
their
Johnny
children
Somali.
and the money that they make. So while it's not terrific, it's not terribly
Yeah,
shocking. But
and
I
the
think
wave
more
of
importantly, these
copycat
women talking
influencers
about their
that
parents'
do fucked up
acceptance
shit,
like this, putting their family in videos and
On
content,
IRL
actually goes
streams.
the extra mile in normalizing this for other women and girls. It turns something
Yeah.
that has long been taboo
Yeah, that's
into
what people are
something
trying
that
to do,
mom and dad
normalize
will
it.
get on board with, as
I
long
mean, just
as
look
you're
at
happy and
Amaranth
can
trying to
make enough
normalize
money.
some of that
They'll
bullshit.
appear in your cute TikToks.
Right?
They'll make jokes
Oof.
about what you do, and whatever concern they had initially will dissipate once they start getting something out of the situation. I'm disgusted by the fact that, in my opinion, these parents are effectively enabling the exploitation of their daughters so they can
Yeah.
have fun on cruises or whatever. They are
Correct.
putting their daughters at
Well,
risk.
the
They
greed,
are signing
right?
off
The
on their
materialistic
daughters being
greed
at
that they
risk
get from
for mountains of
having
stuff.
their
And I am sorry to say
kids,
this, but this is not good.
their
or
grown,
normal.
their
And
grown
frankly, and
adult
as much
kids
as I
go
try
into
not to
these
judge
lines
how
of
people
right
go
being
about
an
living their
escort.
lives, this really is
Or being
an
a sex
indication
worker.
of societal degradation. I have long been of
Yeah,
the
it is.
belief that the normalization of adult work, either out in the real world or online, is not a good thing for women. I don't view this as
Well, I
the
mean,
ultimate business strategy.
it kind
I
of
don't view
right.
this
It does
as
objectify
empowering, and I
women,
think
right?
that on a long enough timeline, this is actually catastrophic for
It turns
so
them
in the
into
end, I
some
think
kind
one
of
the
object to be
realities here is
used and
that
then
there
tossed
isn't really
away,
a
right?
neat little bow that we can tie around this issue, because the women here are young, but they're adults, and their parents
Correct.
really don't have ultimate control over their actions. But
Mhm.
with that said, I do wish that they would be a little less complicit in promoting this kind of lifestyle.
Yeah,
and
it's
more
not. Yeah,
importantly,
it's the
normalizing
idea
this
that
sort
these
of
parents are right
Now, on that note,
in a
on the
sense
floor, I open the
promoting
floor
it
to all of
or
you. This is
enable
just
right
Air Money.
right
Check out
enabling
Opus
it.
Clip using the link in
It's the same
description.
with
I
doing the whole
genuinely think that this
fucking
AI is incredibly
the
cool.
fucking
If
fat
you are somebody
enabling
who
bullshit,
needs this
right?
sort
Don't
of
do
thing,
that.
absolutely check it out. Now, I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Are you on my side of this issue where you think that this is not a great thing and it's lovely that parents love their
it's
children,
bad
but
behavior. It's
maybe
very
this is
bad
going
behavior.
too far with their support?
Never good
Are you
behavior.
on the other side of this where you think that actually no, this is a good thing and parents should behave this way unilaterally? Do you think this is overall contributing to the degradation of society? Do you
I mean,
think
look,
that parents
so, like
supporting their children
like I s-
openly like this is going
some
to
parents,
encourage other
some people
women
should
and
not be
girls
parents.
to
Right?
make OF accounts and go down this path, hoping
This
their
is how it
parents will
is.
also be supportive? And what you
If
generally
they're
make
going to
of
allow
all
their
of the
kids to
components
get
of
into
this
like some
issue
of the
overall. As always, if you have made it this far
shady
in the video,
aspects of life,
congratulations. I always like having
or
you
to
along
the
for the full ride.
indulging
if you are new here
in
and you're not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of
indulging
this kind
in
of content, feel free to
material
subscribe to
or
the channel as well as leaving this video a like and a comment
lustful
because I do read the
things,
majority
right,
of them and I like hearing your
for the
feedback.
sake of money.
Of course, I hope you wonderful little chicken
and
babies stay
not really
safe
caring
and well
about
and
your
make good choices
reputation
because
and
that is
whatnot. Well,
important.
I mean, that's
And
on
I will
you,
see
right?
your wonderful little faces in the next video.
You chose that lifestyle. You chose to be a escort or sex worker, or to to choose that lifestyle to be that type of person. Chose it. You made your bed. There you go, Sydney Watson, on how parents and are enabling their basically their kids to do OnlyFans. Yeah, that's a rough one.